Spectrum, Part 2. Okay, so today we're going to gain a bit more control where our spectrum lands on our mesh using some UV manipulation. First, let's open up Blender and import our mesh. Next, let's go down to the Object Data Properties and drop down UV Maps. Let's click our first map, then hit the plus button. Let's go into the UV editing window. Like always, let's start out by planning where we want our spectrum to fall. I want it everywhere except this part right here. So now I'm just going to select everything that I don't want and drag it off my UV map. Let's enable mesh sync mode. Next, let's mark out where we want to split our UV. Once you mark it out, go UV, mark seam, then right click, unwrap. Now let's align our quad. Once again, the more horizontal sides we want to align to the Y, and the more vertical lines we want to align to the X. Now let's go into face select mode. Select the face, right click, follow active quads. Now this mesh had some tries and we can just drag those off because, well, we can't square tries, they're triangles. Now we basically want to fill up this UV square with our UV. First, I need to flip this entire thing 180 degrees because it's upside down. Let's select the entire thing using L and then press R to rotate. Now we can just type 180 on our keyboard and it will rotate at 180 degrees. Then let's scale it down appropriately. Now let's go up to UV, then constrain to image bounds. Then let's click this button here and let's move our pivot point to our 2D cursor. Select the whole thing and let's use the arrows to move it into the corner. Because we checked constrain to image bounds, we don't have to worry about it going out of our UV square, we can just drag it to the very edge. Now using the same arrows, let's just scale it to fit our UV square. And I'm just going to move these parts to the very top just so I can fully fill it up, though it's not necessary. Next, back in Unity, we can go into play mode and enable spectrum and then turn up the emissions. Let's also make sure to set our UV map to the correct one. In this case, it would be UV2 for me. Immediately you can see that we don't even have to adjust the position, our spectrum just works.